Hey guys, Matt Sardo here from Monkeys Fighting Robots. I want to talk to you about the new Star Wars book that came out last week by Charles Soule and Jesús Saiz. This is the Luke Skywalker book that I've always wanted as a fan of Empire Strikes Back and my age, and then you get the Return of the Jedi. Luke gets his hand cut off at the end of Empire Strikes Back, and then Jedi comes out and he's all in black. He's got a new lightsaber, and you're like, oh my god, what happened? And this story is a perfect... It's a perfect tale after Empire Strikes Back. It quickly jumps into it, and you got the crawl and everything like that. It's a beautiful book. But you get this to the page, and you're like, whoa, this is going to be real. And then it goes through that moment, that iconic moment that we all go through in Empire Strikes Back, that we've gone through a million times over. But it's still brilliant. And the way it's drawn, and the panel design here, the falling, you feel that everything going down, and then Vader. And this is like when Vader's like Vader, and then this page right here. This is my favorite panel right here by Jesús, because his style is a photorealism kind of thing. You gotta have that for a Star Wars book, but then like the colors and like that watercolor paint style is just beautiful. I think I love everything in this, but I love art. So you got some sketching in there, and you got some, you can tell it's a piece of art, whereas sometimes photorealism is too it just looks plastic, and sometimes coloring looks plastic, but like there's huge depth in here. I'm still amazed how far coloring has come in the digital age, back to the 90s. Like 90s books were just flat, and now you got this. It's like you delve into the book, and it's brilliant. And then you got Luke here, and then you got Leia here, and just look at the difference, and it's just like it's just well planned out. These panels, same position, except for like one is beaten down and one is like rising up, and then just the female tones and how light and soft, and you're like, okay, this is very feminine, and this is just very broken, but like they're brother and sister, but they don't know it yet. Like there's so many different things going on in this book at the same time. But this is my favorite page right here. You got R2 is just an R2 unit, but like I know that R2 feels for Luke at this point in time. Like it's Star Wars does that to you. It brings some of the best stuff out in here. Everything is flashbacks that pop in. Like the color tones that they're working with are just brilliant. And so right here is a really good example of breaking it down and having emotions going on here. Like you got the close up, the camera angles, eyes, like it just gets closer and closer, and then it pulls back. And it's how, like, there's so many panels in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels in here, but it just has a nice zigzag flow to it, where you're looking at it like you're stuck here, then the eyes go here, and then you're here, and then you're drawn this way, and then you're this way, and then back again to the eyes. Like it has a brilliant flow to it. And my second favorite page is the splash page, because you have the sun, you have the rebellion stuck against the sun, and then you have the blockade of the Empire and the Star Destroyers, and you're like, okay, here is the sun, and this should be all black because it's space, but this is all Star Destroyer laser fire, and it takes over the page. And then that teal color comes in. I'm like, oh my god, that's a Dolphins page. But no, like, it makes you feel trapped. Like when they say blockade, you're like, oh, well, how is there a blockade? Like, I don't see any space. There is no space. There is just laser fire throughout the whole entire page. And this is, again, another well-designed page. You got the rule of thirds kicking in. You got the lines. You got this heavy panel right here where it draws so you kind of sneak in here where the sun expands in right here, and then you got everything opens up, and then also your eye goes this way, down, like it's just, but again, if you just look at the page itself, and you're like, okay, how are they going to escape? I don't see any exit. I just see 1, 2, 3 Star Destroyers and lots of lasers. And the color choice, I think, is just amazing, because you go from this to where we're kind of like muted tones and some tans and browns, and then you're like orange and teal, boom. And these are not the colors that I would depict for space if I was like, hey. So that's why I think it's an awesome choice. It's a bold choice. It works really well. And then you go into the dark part of like, people talking and they're in their ships and everything going on and looking around, and like everybody feels trapped. Like this person right here feels trapped. This person, it's very tight in, and then this guy's like, we're just gonna be darkness. Like it's like, that's the bad guy, and then explosion. Like, so there's like a build up. This is page design here is just awesome. But yeah, this Star Wars book, it really knocked it out of the park for me. The more I think about it, the more that I talk about it. Again, this is the Star Wars / Luke Skywalker story that I wanted to see in the movies, but I never got to see. I'm excited to see where Luke goes, how he gets his saber, how he decides to go in all black, and his journey of kind of redemption because he's broken. Yoda and Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi lied to him, from a certain perspective, that kind of stuff. But like, Luke has to come back from this, and we never really see that journey in the films. He just comes back as a badass, and it goes from there. But this is gonna be fun, and I'm really excited. I get to the last page, and it sucks me in and gets me excited for issue 2. So well done. I give this about 4 monkeys out of 5, and I can't wait to read the second issue. But I want to let you guys know that I'm going to try to do these every Monday and release them on Tuesday. Marvel sends me books in advance, so I can do it with Marvel. I need to have the books to do something like this overhead design kind of thing. If you are a publisher, send me some books, and I will gladly review them this style and kind of break down my favorite panels. I want to keep these short, so 3 to 5 minutes, kind of just talking about my favorite panels that are going on there until I run out of breath and pass out. But like, if you like it, give us a like and subscribe, thumbs up, and give me feedback and tell me what books I should kind of talk about. If you see a good panel in a comic book, let me know, and we'll chat about that one, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Matt Sardo. This is Monkeys Fighting Robots. Have a great week.